Thank you, Mr Deputy Speaker, and I thank the member—
Just before I do to the member for Ryan, we have a motion moved by the member for Mallee and seconded by the member for Fisher. I call the member for Ryan.
Thank you, Mr Deputy Speaker, and I thank the member for Mallee for moving this very timely motion in support of small business. Unlike so many members opposite, the member for Mallee understands small business because he has actually lived the experience of a small business owner. Having run my own convention event management company for many years prior to election to this place, I can also attest to the level of innovation, endeavour and resilience that it takes to run a successful small business. Mr Deputy Speaker, a strong small business sector benefits all Australians. Indeed, if only half the small businesses in Australia hired just one extra worker, our country would have zero unemployment. And yet, small business is a tough world. Margins can be tight, markets can be crowded and competitive, and large players don't always play fair. Building a business takes you away from quality time spent with family and friends. Cash flows and credit lines are a constant source of concern, and many small businesses just do not stand the test of time. Success requires resilience. It requires hard work and determination, and it requires a government that understands that small businesses do not need handouts, but they could certainly benefit from a tax system that provides the right incentives to invest and grow. Mr Deputy Speaker, this government listens when small business speaks, but better than that, it takes action. The 2015 budget confirmed the Coalition Government as the best friend that small business has ever had. It is a budget framed around creating the right conditions for small businesses to grow, for small businesses to prosper, and for small businesses to employ more Australians. Mr Deputy Speaker, this budget was good for small business on many levels. Not only the tax cut from 30% to 28.5%, but the measure that has garnered the biggest positive reaction amongst small businesses in my electorate was, as the member for Mallee has outlined in his motion, the accelerated depreciation of assets purchased under $20,000 in value. Following the budget, I invited the Treasurer Joe Hockey to visit my electorate to speak to an owner of one of more than 13,000 registered small businesses in Ryan which stand to benefit from the budget. We visited Savamides and his family-run Bricky Espresso and Gelati bar in the suburb of Ironside. The Treasurer himself remarked that Mr Ermides' business was exactly the sort of business he was speaking about in his budget speech. The budget will make a real difference to that business. Mr Ermides wants to expand his cafe and buy a new oven so that he can serve more customers and grow his business. As a result of the accelerated depreciation changes in the budget, he will now be able to invest in the equipment required and receive an immediate tax deduction. This means more money back into the business sooner and a flow-on effect for other local businesses. Mr Deputy Speaker, this budget is one of the most small business-friendly budgets ever delivered. It is very good news for the thousands, indeed tens of thousands of small businesses across Australia, and is a budget that could only ever have been delivered by a coalition government, because we are the only side of politics that has the breadth of real-life experience to truly understand the needs of small business owners. When we say we support small business, we actually mean it. We stand on our record of doing the right thing by small business, whether it is removing unnecessary red tape, creating access to new markets in North Asia through trade agreements, or now by ensuring the tax system better rewards investment. The Coalition Government always has the needs of small business front and centre of our thinking. The Coalition stands for small business. It is in our DNA, and I commend the motion to the House.
Thank the member for Ryan.